Who doesn't desire lush landscape and a gorgeous green lawn? The root of your desired green grass. It all starts with fertilizer, and maybe timing is key. I'm not sure. We're going to find out in just a second. Sonia is here. She's a master gardener, Sonia Smith, with the Lee County Extension Office. Sonia, welcome. Good morning.
Thank you.
Great to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
So when you're driving down the street and you see the lush green grass that everybody wants, how do they do it? Is it the sunshine here in Florida? Does that play any part in it? Or does it have something to do with a little bit of what's in this bag right here?
It has a lot to do with what's in the bag, because our soils here are so poor that without fertilization, most lawns are not going to be able to sustain. Take a look at these two plants. Both just came from the nursery, so they've both been fertilized. This one very well, you see it's very green, it's very thick. This one is a paler green. It's thinner, it's just not as lush. And even if you don't mind this color, plants that aren't healthy, and this one isn't healthy, are more susceptible to diseases and pests.
Okay,
So,
and you mentioned the soil too as we were talking on the break. You know, I was so surprised when I was landscaping my yard. I stuck the shovel into the ground, I dug in, and all I got was sand. So, I mean, it can be a little tricky to kind of get that just right.
It is. Us Midwestern girls are used to really nice, loamy soil. Now, organic fertilizers do feed the soil. So it's nice to use those. I use it in my vegetable garden. My yard is quite large, and I use oak leaves and compost for my bedding plants, but I also use synthetic fertilizers because they feed the plants.
So you can mix the two of them?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so
absolutely.
Kind of working double time
then,
maybe.
Because you'd like to build up your soil.
And when I hear fertilizer, I always think of the lawn, but you shouldn't only focus on the lawn. It's pretty much everything. Any of your plants or your flowers that you want to spruce up, this is going to do the trick, huh?
This is going to do the trick, and now's the time of year, and the springtime is a good time to do it, because even here we have a dormant season, and we're going into a active growing season. And really, Stephanie, you just really need one all-purpose fertilizer for your shrubs. We recommend an acid-forming fertilizer, and you can always see that on the bag because it normally says palm.
Well, and Sonia, I was going to say that too. You know, you go into a Home Depot or a Lowe's, and there are so many different bags to choose from.
I know.
So these are some things we should look out for.
And slow release. On the front of most bags that are slow release, it says slow release, because we only fertilize maybe once or twice, or maybe as much as 4 times a year. But still in all, the slow release fertilizes over time. Also, we're looking for minor elements. Plants need a lot of nutrients, and the minor elements make it a bit more expensive, but you know what? You're saving your lawn, you're making it healthy, so it's a good idea.
Lush green grass can be yours.
Yeah, it can, and grass fertilizer will say turf on it, so it's different. Now, we had extra of this year, and we just used this on the turf as well. It's not terribly important, but if you've got a big lawn and you've got a sizable plant. Now, if you have things like citrus trees or avocados or mangoes, you're probably going to even need more nutrients, and so you go to a citrus fertilizer. And if you have roses, the rose flower care gives you not only fertilizer, but it also gives you an insecticide and a pesticide and fungus control.
So a few things to look out for depending on which one you're trying to kind of bring up.
But for most plants in your landscape, a good all-purpose slow-release fertilizer is a good idea, and another one for turf.
Now, what is it about the fertilizer? How does it actually work? Is it just kind of like food for flowers or food?
It's supplying the plant with nutrients. So plants make their own food, but we need to supply them with the nutrients, and that goes back again to the soil. In a perfect world in heaven, you get it from the soil, and in Missouri, you get it from the soil. But here, we often need to add nutrients to give them the nutrients they need to stay healthy.
Okay, good to know. And well, thankfully, we do get plenty of rain around here and plenty of sunshine, which I think can add to it as well. I've heard that sometimes people think that the fertilizer pollutes the waterways. Is there any truth to that?
Oh, absolutely. It's a small portion, but we all want to do what we can. And there are 3 things that you need to do. You need to not fertilize before it rains. And actually, that just wastes your fertilizer. You put it down, and because our soils are so sandy, it just whooshes down. It doesn't even catch the fields. So let's tune into
Jamie Cagle for our forecast if you're looking to spread out the fertilizer there.
Exactly. And you keep it away from the waterways, from creeks, and cities and counties have ordinances.
Yeah, I was just going to ask.
Normally you're about 10 feet away. That's how far you stay with your fertilizer. And third, and very importantly, if it gets on your driveway or your sidewalks, you brush it off, because that takes it directly into the storm sewer, which takes it directly into the water.
Okay,
so that's very important.
Great advice, great tips. If someone wants to get involved in gardening or learn about any of the classes that you guys offer at the Lee County Extension Office, what can they do to find out or to sign up or to get involved or maybe get in touch with you if they have any questions?
We have the Lee County Extension. Just Google it or just look it up in the phone book. It is Lee County Extension, and we also have a wonderful website from the University of Florida, and we do research throughout it's not just Gainesville, we do research throughout the state. So the IFAS website, anytime you have a question or don't know what to do, or you get a new plant and you don't know how to take care of it, you go to that website in the little search engine, just type up that and they'll pick it up.
Sonia, thank you so much. It was great having you on the show. Lush green grass can be yours. If you have any questions for Sonia or more on this segment, just go to our website, fox4morningblend.com.
Up next, how Neil Patrick Harris is helping recognize some of the nation's top art students through a new media competition. Stay tuned.